Hi, Twitch.
Just in time.
Hi, Twitch. How you doing this fine evening? We come to you live from the Ed Sullivan Theater. They've been renting it out since, I don't know why, nobody wants to meet there for some reason. You'll notice
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
we each decorated part of the theater to look exactly like the backdrops at our houses where we usually record the show. But this is a very special episode, hence this top hat that I've never worn before. So, you know.
Ever.
Yeah, so we're all ready for a good show.
Yeah, I'm ready to rock and roll.
We killed Justin.
Yeah, Justin's dead.
It was me personally with a hatchet in the
Good choice, Eugene. I do like a good hatchet.
a hatchet in the
my
drawing
garage.
room. Lucas lost by thinking it was Steve with the candle in the I don't even know another place in Clue. Does anybody
I
know
always
any
suspect
other
it
clue
was Steve with the candle in the bathroom. You know, that's just my go-to.
Well, I'm going to say, is everybody recording so we can sync up?
Yes.
No.
Don't call on me first. I need to pull up the patron list because I'm always
It is going to be a
prepared.
big one. That's what she said.
Gonna teach me how to say.
That's what she said.
Wow, really? We can't escape that ever. Hey, guess what I'm doing?
There's a your mom joke somewhere.
Guess what I'm doing?
Are you recording?
Yes.
We're good at
Good.
this game.
Well, it looks like we just got a Justin, so we'll give it a minute for him to pop in.
Excellent.
Excuse me.
Actually, I think Justin says he'll be there in a few. In Discord.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought I saw him pop up into the thing.
Oh, he's
Well,
here, but he's only half here.
Well, if we are
We have
all
half a
recording 3, then let's sync up Yippee in 3, 2, 1.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother fluffer.
Oh, by the way, get your button ready for the beginning of the show. 304.
Jesus Christ.
I'm going to get it all out of the way in my intro,
Must
so you
you?
don't have to edit after
Must
that.
you?
Yes, I must.
Yep, must you? Okay, well, I guess if you must.
It's only going to be 2.
Oh,
It's going to be 2 Fs. I'll tell you right
Eugene,
now.
are you going to ask us for our times?
Somebody said 2 something.
304 was mine.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Steve is 304.
No, I hijacked the show, Lucas. This is the Steven show now.
It's all good. I'm bailing soon anyway.
Clearly. Bruce Willis, where are you?
Dare I ask why I've received that title?
You said yippee.
You said mother fluffer.
Yippee-ki-yay, mother fluffer. Good point. 40
Lord,
seconds.
Lucas. It's been like
Well, I'm
2
feeling
minutes and you already forgot?
I'm feeling a little self-conscious because I look a bit cleaner and neater than usual, and I'm not sure what to do with this stuff.
Why are
Like,
you
I've got the-
self-conscious? You look
I've-
wonderful.
I've got the Steven. I've got the
So,
part. I've got
calm-
the clean
Calm
shirt.
the fuck down. You
I've
look just
got
fucking fine,
all this
okay?
glorious chest hair. So
You got more than I do. I got Baby Yoda. Actually, is this my Baby Yoda shirt? Nope.
Or is that your regular Yoda
I lied.
shirt?
This is my regular Yoda shirt. Chart.
See your regular Yoda shit?
Well,
Yeah,
Baby Yoda.
easy for me
Yoda
to
was
say, right?
Baby Yoda once upon a time, right?
Yeah, about 900 years prior.
Well, let's give it a minute or two, see if Justin pops in with us so we can all
While
get
we're doing
together.
that, I'll talk about one of my pet peeves.
Good
So,
game that we're
I don't
playing
like the
tonight.
baby characters in Mario sports games. They messed with the fabric of space-time, and I don't like
here's a
seeing
fun
Mario
story.
racing against baby Mario. I think it's
Nobody
stupid.
likes the baby characters in any Mario game,
There we go. Yeah,
except Baby Yoshi and Super Mario World.
I also don't like Dr. Mario and Mario being separate characters
What
in those
just
games.
happened?
What just happened was the high-pitched squealing noise that I was hearing was the light dying in my closet.
Okay,
So-
that mystery solved, Lucas.
So I think we're doing this show, Are You Afraid of the Dark style, because the other light I have also doesn't work.
I ain't afraid of nothing, so.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I'm afraid of no ghosts.
All right, well, I
I'm
guess
doing
while
this.
we're waiting, let me go ahead and level out my audio for this week. Do this one, and then we need... Who is it going to be? Is it going to be Lucas or is it going to be Steve starting us off?
Lucas.
Gonna be
It's
Eugene.
always Steve.
No, not Eugene. Eugene sucks.
Yeah, let's do Eugene. We never do Eugene.
Eugene,
All right, fine.
Eugene.
Eugene.
I better
You're
turn
outvoted,
off this
bitch.
light now that it's broken, so it doesn't like explode.
You'll be fine.
All right, let's do this one then, and then we will start with this music. And make it a tad bit louder, I think. Infendo.com is the place to
Mario
go
World
if you
2.
want to get everything that we are doing. Head to our Patreon, go to our Discord. Even Steve's Discord lives there. Go to Infendo.com.
Music's a little loud. If you turn the music down a couple of notches, it'd probably be perfect.
Okay, let's try that again then. Infendo.com is the place to go if
That
you
is
want to get
Perfect.
everything. So how about it with this?
Guess that
If
means
you
two
like
of us are gonna be
cartoony
recording
Italian
from a dark,
plumbers,
cavernous
you're in the
room.
right place.
All right, well, it sounds like we're good. Okay, well, we're 5 minutes past, so I think we're going to get started. Let me make a note in Audacity. All right, let's do it, kids. Take it from the top. Here we go. Oh, wait, I don't have recording on here. Gotta push this B. Gotta push this B. That's an important B. And away we go. Infendo.com is the place to go if you want to get everything that we are doing. Head to our Patreon, go to our Discord. Even Steve's Discord lives there. Go to Infendo.com today.
If you like cartoony Italian plumbers, you're in the right place. Infendo Radio is on now.
Hello, everybody. Are you happy that we're here? We're happy that we're here. It is time for Infendo Radio. This is episode number 555. I have all of my hosts with me tonight, sort of. How are you doing tonight, Lucas?
Doing just dandy, Eugene. Right before we started shooting the show, my overhead light blew out in the closet where I record Infendo Radio. So I'm using the amazing power of technology to light up my room using my cell phone. So this will be fun for all you live viewers out there on Twitch. You get to enjoy the show.
That is an amazing use of technology. Why don't you tell the people where they can find you, Lucas, while you're at it?
Absolutely. You can find me at my website, which is chromatichue.com, and you can find me at my YouTube channel, which is Lucas Peace. Just type in my name at Lucas with K, peace, like, peace out, homie. And click on my face. It's got a big blue mustache and beard. I will also say, I think it's appropriate to say this right now, that I'm going to be taking a very short hiatus from Infendo Radio for just a month while I do some video game design related stuff. So you might not see me on here through the month of August, but I will be back. I am not leaving the show. There is not some kind of secret internal drama between me and Steve where we're both dating the same girl and we didn't realize it until 3 weeks ago.
At
and
least
I'm
you were
petitioning
nice
to get
enough
off the
to
show.
At least you were nice enough to give listeners a head up as to why you were leaving. I just bounced.
That's what we do. But I will return. So for the most part, enjoy the show without me. Those of you who absolutely hate me, enjoy the show because it's going to be a good 4 weeks. Those of you that enjoy what I have to say on the show, I will be back.
Fair. Well, all right. Lucas has been introduced thoroughly. Steve, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fucking over 2020. 2020's a fucking joke. Let's just fucking be done with 2020. There, I got my swears out of the way.
I got
I got
tweet.
I
from
got
one
in
of
a
my-
car accident this weekend. I'm okay. Angry. So, yeah.
That happened, yeah. So my friend sent me a tweet today that was like December 31st, 11:59 p.m. 2020. And then it turns over and it's December 31st, 2020, 12 hours and 60 minutes. It just keeps going. 2020 doesn't end. And
That's
yeah.
great.
Oh, this year's been horrible.
Well, Steve, one thing that's not horrible, I know, is your Discord. So tell the people where they can find that and
Wow,
you.
that was
Nice.
smooth.
You can find my Discord at infendo.com by clicking on the community page. You can also find the Infendo Discord right there, which is almost as fun as mine, but I like mine better. Sorry, Eugene. You can also find me at Gentus1 on Twitter, Gentas, and then the number 1. And another fun thing to plug right here, Hyper Voice is back. Our episode launched 2 days ago as of the recording of this, so give it a listen.
Do that. It's much more interesting than what you're listening to right now.
Exactly. We never talk about anything Pokemon related here.
And I'm Justin, and I'm clearly here, and I'd just like to tell you how important it is that you visit my website that I can't remember the URL for.
Utilidork.com.
Utilidork.com.
I am the plug master. Let me do the plugs.
Lucas is like the best co-host I've ever met, and really go check out his stuff. It's way more interesting than mine.
We have the best co-hosts. We also have the best patrons. Steve, it is the last episode of the month, so I think we would be doing our patrons a disservice if we didn't, give them a shout out today.
I am so glad that you had the decency to let me know that it was the last show of the month, because I was completely prepared, as I always am. We would like to thank all of our producers. Let me just make this window a little bit bigger so I can see all of their names, because some of you guys have gotten longer names.
Speaking like somebody who was entirely prepared.
Exactly. Thank you to everybody for continuing to contribute. I know this year has really been a hard one for everybody, yet you guys are still continuing to give us your money. And as someone who doesn't have a lot of money right now, that really does mean a lot to us. So I do want to thank each of you. Apollo Lemon, Mustard Giant Cow, Jonathan Lewis, Daniel Gaskin. I was just making sure that we're still unpaid. Let me just double check. Yes. Okay, I'm going to start this over. Apollo Lemon, Mustard Giant Cow, Jonathan Lewis, Daniel Gaskin, Shine Down, or Shine 3D0WN.
That's
Michael
probably
Larson.
How it pronounces it.
Yeah, exactly. Schnazzy One, Sky Farrow, Colton Malik, -64, Slacker Monkey. Colton, I'm sorry I messed your name up again. I do it every time.
Pretty sure it's Malish, but I could be wrong too.
Andrew Searson and the Brianosaurus. And a special shout out to those last 4. -64 and Slacker Monkey are our 2 producers. And DJ and the Brianosaurus are our 2 executive producers, giving more than $20 a month. So thank you all.
You're amazing. We love you.
Excellent. Okay, well, with that, we're going to take our first break. We will be back on the other side with Change the System. See you there. Twitch. We are here, all of us.
Hi, Twitch.
And shirt, it looks like. But we're going to get rolling. Let me put a note here.
Rolling. I can't help it. It's reflex.
All right, here we go. Oh, wait. Let me... Who's going to be this time? I guess it's going to be Lucas.
Justin would have got the 90s reference. Lucas.
Tell me more.
I hate
Let me
that
level
movie
it
with
first.
every fiber of my being.
How does Lucas sound over this?
You can't buy much for $1 a month, but you can buy a shout out on Infendo
Like
Radio.
I'm battling with
Head
the
on over to
waves.
patreon.com/Infendo
that.
Radio.
Wind
For
Waker.
$1 a month, we'll read your name out loud. That sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Did you change it at all?
I changed the song because I was, for whatever reason, that other one just sounded like ocean waves, and I was like, nah. So, all right, here we go.
$5 a month is Infendo Radio's all-access Patreon tier. If you want a bunch of extra goodies and cool week-to-week bonuses, that's the tier you want to hit up. Go to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and join at the $5 level.
All right, we are back. It is time to change the system. I think we're going to start with some news, though, because there was a bunch of leakies. So
The mega leak.
So, Lucas, why don't you kind of... I know you posted the news earlier this week in the Discord, so why don't you take it away from here?
The mega leak.
Okay, so, Nintendo got straight leaked. And they're mad about it. So a bunch of stuff came out from very old Nintendo things. And like there's just all this stuff that got revealed about like how they build games and some of their oldest like betas and prototypes and things that weren't supposed to be revealed. And Nintendo has become, or has always been, I guess, this company that is so private about that stuff. So they are not happy about any of this. We got so many details on stuff that was like almost a thing that I really want to go through tonight. And there's a lot of it. So bear with me while I kind of go through this thing. We had a tool that one of the creators built who was working on Star Fox 2 that would like let you type out messages and stuff that would then be seen in the game by like the different characters. We had sprites for Luigi. There was actually a Luigi sprite in Super Mario World for some reason that didn't end up making it. I have no idea why. Maybe like a memory issue, because as you know,
Super
Luigi
Mario
just looks
64,
like Mario.
though, I think.
Well, also
Yeah.
Mario World. There's
Oh,
an
I didn't
unused-
hear about that one.
Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
unused character graphic for
Wow.
Luigi in
Okay,
Super
now
Mario
I'm interested
World.
in that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's
especially
a thing.
since like they had Luigi sprites in the other
Right.
like re-releases of it. So I
Mhm.
wonder. Huh.
Yeah, so
I
that's a
have to
thing.
look for that.
There was a Grandpa Yoshi, a bunch of weird Yoshi tools. Like Eugene said, there was a Luigi from Super Mario 64, weird dancing bugs. They had the playrooms and like early demos of Mario 64. They had Link's original blocky model that looks like something out of the original Star Fox game as like a test model. The
Wow.
very first room from Ocarina of Time, which was...
I saw that one. That was cool.
back when they thought they were going to make Ocarina of Time like Super Mario 64,
Yeah.
right? And have like different rooms that you would go into that would have different worlds and stuff. Apparently there was... Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember reading speculation that Ganon's tower was basically what became of that. So it's interesting to find that they actually had something original.
Yeah. There was a character sheet for... You remember... Help me describe what the BS thing was. That was like an add-on for the Nintendo 2? Or
The BS games were for the Satellaview.
Satellite. Yeah.
Yeah, it was basically a satellite internet add-on for the Super Famicom. Never left Japan, and basically what it would do is they would broadcast over satellite signals games that would be downloaded onto a RAM that, you know, once you shut the system off would clear. So basically there were scheduled times when you played these certain games, and a lot of them were either remakes or expansions on pre-existing games, like the BS Zelda, which was basically a Super Nintendo remake of the original Legend of Zelda. Thank you for your contribution, Everly. But yeah, so that's what the BS games are.
Well, guess what? We got sprites that were presumably for a remake of Zelda 2, BS Zelda 2 for the Satellaview. So
I
that's a
missed
thing.
that too.
Yeah. We
That was the
also
only
have
part of that I saw.
sprites. We also have sprites from like NES style sprites that look like they may have been for a Zelda 3 that never came out. So
Those look
that's a
cool.
potential.
That Link looked weird, right? He had
Yeah.
I don't know, like weird hair on the side coming out.
And all that beta stuff from the Legend of Zelda stuff, the 64 one and those ones, they were using like blood and rust. So there were a lot of things that apparently kind of got censored between development and release.
Oh
There's
my god.
also
Sorry,
Yeah.
speaking of rust, one of my favorite things to come out were the high-res renders of the sprites from Ocarina of Time, where you can see that they actually had wood grain on the
Holy
Deku
shit.
shield.
I was
and-
just gonna mention that all of that stuff was in like the guidebook that I had as a kid. But yeah,
Oh,
there was a
okay.
lot of high res art for like the manuals and stuff that looks really good. So now we have access to all of those. We also heard about a Pokemon game that was supposed to launch alongside Pokemon Yellow called
Yes.
Pokemon
Lucas
Pink.
says what? I mean,
That
Steve
was-
says what?
That
Yeah.
was supposed to presumably probably feature Clefairy. Clefairy was kind of an
No.
original idea for like the partner Pokemon.
Yeah,
like
they were
the-
saying Clefairy. It could have also been Jigglypuff,
Jigglypuff.
Mew,
Yeah.
Slowpoke, or Lickitung. They
I'll
said
bet
that
you
they
100 to
thought about
1.
doing Porygon, but Porygon was the seizure thing, so they wouldn't have used him.
I'll bet you 100 to 1 it was Clefairy, because Clefairy, way back in the day, I remember reading they were thinking of having Clefairy be the partner Pokemon. Then they did a bunch of focus testing, and kids were like, "Pikachu's so cute."
Well,
So,
And there was a manga evidently about Clefairy too.
Yep.
Which
Yeah.
was the other reason they were kind of leaning towards that.
yeah, they were really pushing Clefairy as one of the Pokemon. So yeah, originally the additional games were supposed to be two games. They weren't just supposed to, it wasn't supposed to be yellow. It was supposed to be yellow and pink, which is super cool. And
Well,
then
I-
you guys may remember the last little bit of this thing. They had a while back, they had leaked a bunch of early Pokemon Gold and Silver stuff, right? So we got
Mhm.
all of those like beta sprites. We just got beta sprites for Gen 4, which is Diamond and Pearl. And oh my God, there is some weird stuff in there. I wish I could find all of the sprites I was looking at. Arceus had all these weird designs. There was weird
Is
stuff
that
for
what that was
Carnivine.
that I saw online?
That weird dog thing and the blob.
Oh, that
Those were different
suddenly
versions
makes
of Arceus.
sense.
There was Garchomp had a totally different design. He was all like yellow and everything. A lot of the starters had different designs. Some of the sprite work was really bad, and some of it was better. Abomasnow looked better before they changed him. Like he looked real cool. So that was a whole thing. And I said that was the end of it, but we also got news that in 2004 they were working on a Pokemon MMO. And they never made it. And that bothers me so much because that would have been amazing. But yeah,
Wow, in
we're
apparently-
getting that
2004?
other-
That's crazy.
We're getting
That's-
that Pokemon MMO knockoff later this year, remember? We'll be fine.
so back in 2004, there was this dev company called IQ that was working on an MMO game with Pokemon. And yeah, it would have been apparently a PC game that would have used a Game Boy Advance as a controller and would have had both online and offline modes. It would have been a Gen 3 game, so it would have
I would have
been
been
around the
all
same time.
about that.
So yeah, that's a whole thing, but just so much stuff. And of course, Nintendo is taking this with their usual grace and civility, you know. So that's fantastic. But I thought this was really cool.
There was a
and
lot of cool stuff, man.
props to my friend Corey for sending all of
Yeah.
these articles to me and making this super easy to talk about, because
There
I had
was-
no idea this had even happened until he passed it along. So
There was one more interesting thing that I had seen in the Pokemon Pink game.
yeah,
They were evidently one of the things that they were allegedly trying to do was have Pokemon Yellow be for boys and Pokemon Pink be for girls.
yeah. Well,
And
that
there
makes
was
sense,
also
right? It
supposed
was
to be
back in
an
the day.
unused female trainer sprite for that you could also select between for those
Cool.
two.
Oh, right.
Which probably then evolved into the crystal stuff. So
Uh-huh.
That actually reminds me tangentially, sort of that Star Fox 2 leak where there was that black lady that was one of the leaked character
Yeah.
sprites. I
Oh,
would have
yeah.
been so cool with that. Like heck
Yeah.
yeah, give me that human character in my Star Fox.
well, I'm
Um,
telling you, if you're like a game designer and you worry about your sprites or something, go look at the Gen 4 sprite leaks and you will feel so much better about your
Yeah.
ability to create.
The ones I've seen online, which I did not understand until tonight,
Yeah.
are awful. They
Mhm.
look like a 4-year-old drew.
And they were like placeholders, so they weren't
Yeah.
intended to be like final versions. But still, it'll
They
make
were
you feel a
bad.
lot better about what you can do. So
Sure. Cool. Well, that's Leaky Leakvilles in the news. Did we have any other news to take care of before we move on to the next?
Nope.
I'm good.
Well, I guess it's time to talk about them games that we've been playing. So, I guess let's toss it off to you, Justin. What have you been playing in the last week?
I wish I had my Switch on me because I can't remember. Oh, I remember now. So I saw a new game on the Switch eShop, and I went ahead and splurged on it. Which, yeah, I'm not usually an impulse buyer, as many of you know. I have about 5,000 gold coins in my account because I can't bring myself to spend anything on anything unless it's something I know for sure I want. But I saw a game pop up on the eShop called Dominate, and I watched the trailer for it and said, "This is the thing that I want." Basically, if any of y'all have been listening to the show for a while, you'll know that one of my favorite games on the NES was Spot, or 7-Up Spot, which was a puzzle game, well, kind of a puzzle / board game that was basically branded for the 7-Up Spot character that was popular in the 90s. Very different from Cool Spot, which was a platformer. This was a game based on a PC game called Infection. And how it works is you start in opposite corners. It's kind of like Othello, except you start in opposite corners, and if your piece touches the opponent's piece, all the ones that it is in direct contact with change to your color. And so basically what Dominate on the Switch is it's almost an exact port of that game. And so I went ahead and bought it, and I'm loving it. And I realized that this is basically a mobile game. And I looked on my iPhone and found out I could get it for free. So I paid $10 for this game on the Switch that I could have just downloaded onto my phone for free. But what the heck? I love this game. The only difference between this game and Spot is there's like one direction you can't move in that you could in Spot, where like you can move, if you move one space over, you keep the original piece plus you gain another one. If you move 2 spaces over, you lose the original space. So there's a strategy to how you move. But in Spot, you could move in kind of an L shape, like a knight in chess. But you can't do that in Dominate. So I still want to like do certain moves
That aren't allowed.
oh, Jimmy Crap Corn, and I don't care. Oh, that's probably not a good song to sing.
Okay,
I just
am I back?
realized one of
Yes.
the lyrics in that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
We lost you. It's fine.
yeah, I'm just trying to
It's
think where I was. Luckily, my recording was still going. Oh, the other game that I have been playing a lot of for some reason is I got back into Luigi's Mansion 3 and have been kind of working my way through that a little bit. Yeah, I
I've been
played
buying that and playing that during the Halloween holiday this year.
Yeah, I played it for a few hours when I first bought it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is good. This is good Luigi's Mansion, and then stopped playing it. I don't know whether something else came out or what, but so I'm trying to put some more time into that just because I've played a lot of 100 other things, but.
It's crazy that game is almost a year old because that game came out on Halloween last year, right? It's like, wow.
Right, yeah, we're
Was
getting.
it just? Yeah, it was 1 year ago. I was thinking it was 2 years ago. Jeez.
Yeah, no, I mean not quite a year ago, but we're getting there. But like 8 or 9 months it's been. But
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I'm sure there's another game that I've been playing, but I can't think of it because I have this terrible dog who is just destroying everything around me and making all sorts of noise and distracting me. And unfortunately, my Switch is upstairs, so I can't actually look up my most recently played games. But those are the two that I've been playing the most of, plus a little bit of WWF No Mercy for, craps and giggles.
Fair.
Pikas and giggles.
Well, all right. Then that sounds good. I think that it's time to toss it over to somebody else then who has also been playing games. Lucas, Steve, who wants to go next?
I can go. I don't have too much to talk about.
All right. Well, I can't say that I have that much to talk about either, but you better believe I'll talk about it. I have been continuing my Pokemon pinball journey throughout, let's put it as any time where I need to play a game, but I can't play a real game, and I just have to be on my phone. Those are the times when Pokemon Pinball comes out. And it's a good game, guys. I highly recommend you download a Game Boy emulator and you put Pokemon Pinball on that phone of yours. You got 150 Pokemon to collect. It's a whole big thing. I'm going through. I'm getting
I
to
can
it.
bust out and just get the real thing. Honestly, you've been
Could
really
do
making
that,
me want to.
But then you could have it on a phone, which for me is always in my pocket. So that's the thing. But man, it's
Lucas, there's no Mew?
I don't think there's a Mew. I think there's only 150. There could be a Mew. I've never finished the game.
That's BS. I want Mew.
I don't know. I'm gonna look it up while you keep talking about the games you've been playing.
All right. But yeah, so that's the whole thing. I've made it to the rarer areas twice now. I play mostly the blue field because it's super easy compared to
I like the blue field too.
Blue field's a good field. Blue field's where the good boys go. And yeah, so I've gotten to Safari Zone a couple of times. I've got a couple of rare Pokemon. Nothing like mind-boggling, but I've found some good things. So I'm hyped. I'm hyped to fill up my decks for once and actually finish this game. I've never done that. Probably take years of my life. Speaking of games that will take years of my life to finish, Crash Bandicoot.
Before you move on to Crash, let me tell you
You're
about
nearly
Mew.
there.
I have to tell you about Mew because you're going to want to do this. You need to defeat all the bonus stages on the table that you're on twice and then make it to the Indigo Plateau area, and then you can catch yourself a Mew.
That's going to be hard, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, speaking of hard things that you're going to do, Crash Bandicoot.
Bandicoot. So I have now 100 max percented Crash Bandicoot 2 and Crash Bandicoot 3. I've done every gem, I've done every secret, every little hidden nook and cranny. I've cleared every time trial with a gold rating or platinum rating. You only need to get a gold for it to count toward the percentage. Platinum is like, wow, you're real good at this. I am missing 3 time trials, all of them in Crash Bandicoot 1. They are hard time trials.
Yeah,
one is a bridge level.
Every last one of those levels.
One is a bridge level where you're hopping on turtles and have to pinpoint it just right to make it.
Wait. Which one is it? Is it the first bridge level or the second bridge level? See, that one's not as hard as the first one in the main
say
game.
that and you're wrong. It's real bad. Not to mention, I've done it multiple times, but I cannot get my time down low enough to get a gold on it. I've also got the lab level, which is probably the easiest of the 3. It just kind of requires pinpoint accuracy, remembering where you're going, a few little tricks to break certain crates ahead of time by knocking enemies into them, that kind of stuff. But that one is probably the one I will get next. The last one is the only time trial I have not even attempted yet, which is the secret bonus stage, Stormy Ascent, that they added to the game as like a bonus thing from the original cut content. That level's like 4.5 minutes of hell, and I have to do a time trial without dying once, so I'm scared for myself. But
gross.
I want to say I've fully finished these games, so this is a challenge that I'm setting to myself. I will complete it someday in the far-off future. So I play that every now and then when I got nothing else to do. And really, that's kind of it. I did shiny breed for a Meryl, a shiny Meryl over the weekend. So now I have a little green Meryl following me around. For those of you who don't know, Meryl is the worst Pokemon to use in battles. No stats, but absolutely adorable. So I don't mind having one. And it's just going to follow me and screw with Steve's team when it soaks his Pokemon and turns them into water types.
Dude, It's a good little disruptor Pokemon,
Yeah.
and it would go wonderfully on my team of green Pokemon.
And no one's going to be expecting it because it's that bad. So
Uh-huh.
it's perfect. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of that. And really, that's about it. I played some Animal Crossing with a friend over the weekend. I have like my one quarantine buddy who's like the one person that I see in real life during this stuff. It's like once every like month and a half or so, we get together for a day. We go out, we get food that we don't eat in the restaurant because we're responsible. We do the carry out thing, then we go home and wash our hands and eat carry out and play video games for a few hours. So that's like my one bending the rule, watch me get the virus moment. So yeah, we played Animal Crossing together, and that was magical. There was a bug off this Saturday, and I participated in it and got a golden trophy, I think. I haven't logged in yet to receive it. But yeah, that exists. And really, that's kind of it. I haven't been playing a ton of games lately. As I said, I'm kind of getting prepped for a long month of hopefully just firing out my game. So it's probably not a good idea to get that involved in any one game right now, because I really want to focus my time and energy. So
Sure.
that's it.
So speaking of Animal Crossing and a game I haven't played in a long time, I actually
Animal
got a
Crossing.
fun phone call the other day.
Oh,
I
yeah.
had a coworker of mine who I had no idea even had a Switch, let alone liked Animal Crossing. She calls me out of the blue, and she's like, "Hey Steve, do you play Animal Crossing?" "Yeah." "Do you have peaches or pears on your island?" I'm like, "I have both. I had no idea that you played." So now I need to fire up Animal Crossing and clean up my island because I haven't played it in 2 months and it's probably overgrown. And all my villagers have moved away, so I'm going to have to start over, I'm sure. It's fine, no biggie. But yeah, so I have a new person that I can play Animal Crossing with that I had no idea. That was kind of cool.
That's not a bad thing at all.
Cadence of Hyrule. I was playing as the shopkeeper last week when we were talking about it. And I have finished the shopkeeper's storyline. Well, let me rephrase. I have finished the shopkeeper's storyline, quote unquote, because it literally uses the exact same cutscenes as the main game, and there is no bonus whatsoever for finishing that quest, because
Excellent.
it's basically an extra mode. So, but I did finish it, and I'm pissed off because there's 3 heart containers I cannot find anywhere on the map. So, yay. And then I've gotten back into Pokemon. Before we recorded Hyper Voice last week, I made sure to complete the Pokemon DLC. I got my Cubfu. I evolved him into, which one did I get,
Bless
Lucas?
you.
The single strike?
Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah,
the dark
single
type
strike.
one is. I think it's single strike. And I did some experiments that I would like to report on. So, you can evolve multiple Cubfu at your tower if you're willing to play the DLC more than once. To get additional Cubfu or trade online for additional Cubfu. You can get as many of the one type that you traded for. So, like, I think Lucas chose the multi-strike form and I chose the single strike. If we were able to, like, trade for another Cubfu, we could in turn help each other get the opposite version for completion's sake. So that is a thing. There is an item that you get during the Cubfu quest that seems exclusive to that quest that is not exclusive to that quest. If you find more... Lucas, help me. What's Combe's evolved form?
Vespiquen.
Vespiquen, thank you.
I almost
So
said
if-
Ribombi.
I know, that's what I was thinking too. If you find additional Vespiquen raids, or some Combe raids I think are also possible to get it, you can get additional copies of the item that you use in the Cubfu quest. I've also learned that in addition to making Urshifu Gigantamax with that soup or whatever, you can also take the Gigantamax thing away from him and make him a regular Pokemon again. So that was fun. I also did another thing. I have a very fun Black Charizard from Pokemon Let's Go that I got on a Black Friday of all days, and he is a Black Charizard. So he is aptly named Friday. I transferred him into Pokemon Sword and made him capable of Gigantamaxing. I also had a Squirtle and a Bulbasaur that were shiny, both from community days when I was actually playing Pokemon Go, that I had brought into Pokemon Let's Go. I transferred them over to Pokemon Sword, evolved them, and made them capable of Gigantamaxing as well. So I now have a fully evolved set of 3 shiny Gigantamax starters from the Kanto region that I am pretty excited about. So
Nice.
They will be battling Lucas in an epic battle that we will be talking about on Hyper Voice when we get around to putting our teams together, because I haven't had time to do it. And then I'm still playing Doom. I haven't played much since last week because I've been busy totaling my car and getting into a car accident. But I do plan on getting back into that this weekend when things hopefully settle down a little bit. Knock on wood.
Or, the planets unalign and flood all of Utah.
Don't you dare. I will fly to Florida and throw you in the ocean.
Joke's on you. I'm already 5 feet below sea level.
I will throw you in the ocean anyway. And then I will burn your house down.
Eugene, help us.
No, I'm letting this ride. Keep going.
I'm good. We're done.
No, all right. I guess it's my turn then. So, yeah, I'm gonna talk about the games that I have been playing. And guys, bear with me.
Pokemon Go!
I'm sorry. It's been another week
How
of
was
Pokemon
Community
Go.
Day?
Pokemon Go to another
Go
podcast.
Fest. That's what it was.
Hey, screw you, buddy. Yeah, no, Pokemon Go Fest was incredible. I have to say, it's probably one of the funnest times that I've had with a game since, even it first came out in the last year or two. I just had a really good time. So let me first tell you what the Community Day was all about, or I guess the Go Fest was all about if you are uninitiated. So basically, you had to pay $15. You didn't have to pay $15, but you got a bunch of extra bonuses
you had to
if
pay
you did.
$30.
I had to pay $30 because Heather played as well. But basically, there was a lot of different things that were going on. So for non-ticket holders, if you didn't pay the $15, there was still stuff going on like Habitat Hour on day one, where each hour there was different Pokemon spawning from a different biome. So I think it started off with fire and then went to
Biome?
water.
Did someone say Minecraft? Sorry. You said a word, Eugene.
It went from fire and then to water to and made the rotation type of thing, so that was fun. Then if non-ticket holders also got special items or special Pokemon from their 7K eggs, different raid bosses, special shining Pokemon were available, and gifts were you were able to open up to 200 gifts on that day. So yeah, dude,
it's a lot of gifts,
right?
If only we had friends.
If you did not have a ticket, or if you did buy a ticket, this is where it got good, at least for me. So there was a special research tasks for ticket holders only. Basically, I can't even remember what it was. It was catch 200 Pokemon, or use an incense and do this, that type of stuff. And then at the end of the rainbow, there was some legendaries. So I think on the first step, it was a Charizard with a chance of it being shiny, and all the way up until a bunch of legendary Pokemon type of thing. So that was really fun. I don't know if you guys know, but there's the ability to take a snapshot of your Pokemon now, and I can never remember the paintbrush Pokemon, his name, but that started with
Smeargle.
Yeah, Smeargle. He would show up in your pictures that you would take. Well, that's turned into now Rotom is showing up in pictures that you would take, and that only happened if you were a ticket holder. On the day 2, actually, Team Rocket members would show up in your pictures if you took snapshots, so that was kind of cool too. There was increased spawns when you used incense if you were a ticket holder. There was specific spawns for incense holders, so you had the chance to get an Alolan Marowak, Vaporeon, Leafeon, Venusaur, that type of stuff. Boosted shiny rates, so I seriously, guys, I got 20 shinies over the weekend. It was great. There was 3 free remote passes, which I'll get to here in a second, because I don't think I've covered the remote passes since they've updated that yet. And hourly global challenges and subsequent bonuses. So basically that meant if everybody got 10 million Great Ball throws within the hour, once that was unlocked, then it would be triple XP for the rest of the hour. So guys, I had the best time during this event. Like I said, the first day I it was basically just every hour it was a different biome or whatever. The second day they switched it up to like raid bosses using Team Rocket. So you had to like fight all of the Team Rocket leaders and then Giovanni, and then at the end you had the chance to get like a shiny Shadow Mewtwo, and I forgot what the other Pokemon was that was at the end. It was like Vicente or something like that, the one that has
Victini.
like
Victini.
the little that thingy. So yeah, man, Pokemon Go, it was so fun. It was really, really awesome, and I didn't even have to leave my hotel room because I was in an Airbnb this weekend and we just like played the whole time.
Nice.
It was great.
Nice.
So speaking of though, it was part of the reason what made it so fun was the remote raid battling capabilities. So this has been updated a few months ago, and now there's this ability to use what's called a remote raid pass. And you can actually invite friends from, across the world or whatever. So I actually did a couple of raids with Melanie, one of our friends from
cool.
Yeah, from work type of thing, because she like invited me to a raid while I was playing. Because also now in Pokemon Go you can see which of your friends are online, so that's pretty cool too. So
I wish that was a permanent feature. That would probably get me back into it.
No, it's permanent. It's permanent.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
So you can raid with people, but you don't have to be like in the same team or anything, right?
No, you just have to have, it's just basically a new currency. It's called a remote raid pass. You just have to have some of those.
We might be getting into Pokemon Go again.
We could play Pokemon Go together. We're coming in at the perfect time after all the rare stuff was around.
Right? That's okay. We'll have Community Day next year or whatever.
I'd be down. Yeah.
Yeah, so it was
Pokemon Pluses.
fun Pokemon weekend for your boy. I had a really good time. And I'm not going to talk about anything else, even though I played some other games, because my timer's about to come up. So
Can I say something for like 3 seconds? Because I totally forgot something. I've also been playing Spore, which came out like 12 years ago.
Oh boy, 12?
Yeah.
Talked like 20.
Yeah, so that's a game. That old Lukey P's been up to.
I always wanted to play Spore, but I didn't have a PC good enough to play it, so I had to settle for the crappy DS version.
It's a fun game.
Exactly.
There's really not much to say about it.
Here.
It came out.
It was a travesty.
It came out in 2008, so like.
Okay, so it was 12 years ago. I think
it was 12
years ago. Well, last year feels like 20 years ago.
If it came out 20 years ago, it would have been coming out at about the same time as I think Ocarina of Time, because I was about 8 when that game came out.
Yep,
so.
Ocarina of Time came out in 98. So yeah, about then. So anyways, let's go into a break before we start talking about more historical video game dates.
Be right back.
We will be back on the other side with the mini game and and Lucas singing.
Be right back. All good in the hizzy wizzy busy. I'll be ready soon.
Yeah, thank
Hizzle,
you for letting me
whizzle, twizzle,
get my
how you
swears out of the
bizzle.
way in the beginning.
Faux show.
Mucho appreciado. I promise I won't swear the rest of the show on purpose.
And then Steve lost the game.
Well, usually the only other time I swear right now is during the mini game, and that's when we're playing Nintendo tunes and Lucas says the game that I'm thinking but couldn't say fast enough.
Okay, Google, turn on the office lights. I mean, okay, Google, turn on the office TV.
I know one of the games that came out that would be just...
Okay, Google, play the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack.
Nope. Okay, Google, turn off the office lights.
Okay, Google, play my Big Booty Jams playlist.
Okay, Google, turn on the office lights. I can't figure out what's the best source of lighting here. Okay, oh, there we go. I guess that's not terrible.
I love listening to you fight with Google. It entertains me. I could do that for an entire hour.
We will be ready in just one moment. I just have to find one more game for tonight. Oh, I think I found it. I think I've found you, baby boo.
Oh, all of a sudden, I feel like
Justin's internet is down. He will be joining us via telephone, and his computer is still recording for the podcast.
Excellent.
That works.
I'm just watching my iPad light up.
Is this the jazz version? The Louis Armstrong version?
I see trees are green. River too. And I think to myself.
Hey, Lucas, did you do the voice work in Rayman Legends? That's uncanny.
It is hot in this fucking room, guys.
God, my chest
this
hurts
is-
tonight.
This is freaking perfect. Okay, I have got plenty a game.
Hi, Lizzie or Izzy or Busy? Jizzy.
Did you just
What?
say Jizzy?
I said Lizzie. Or
There's-
Busy.
Oh,
Gentlemen,
FYI, Justin, there's
I'm
an
ready
echo.
whenever you are.
Well, let's
Okay.
Hey, Justin, before we get
Are
too
your
far, I
headphones
know
in your
you've been
phone?
recording for a while, but let's sync up because we never did that. So, in 3, 2, 1. What is your time at, sir?
Hang on, I got windows in the way. It was about 35 minutes and 40 cents. And just so you know, there was a lot of my dog barking in the background for parts of it. So you'll probably want to just cut everything out since I got disconnected.
Yeah, I'm gonna I
There may
have
be
a
some
note
profuse
that
swearing,
says
too.
Justin gone ? And I'll pretty much just erase from there.
Yeah, it'll be a
Let me
little
do-
snip snip.
Yeah, let me do something real quick and then I'll be all set to join for real.
Sounds good. Guys, I need you to know it was a process.
That's how we got dropped.
It was a process pruning these games to find the cream of the crop for this.
But the cream rose.
Yes, or in this case, sunk.
Gross.
So hopefully it doesn't take too long, though. I don't know how much battery I have
So
on
it's
this thing.
heavy whipping cream.
12%. I'm going to turn my brightness all the way down since I'm sitting in the dark to
Lucas,
save on battery.
Your stuff is always dead.
Yeah, that's because I use it all the time and don't plug it in.
Are we so first was Eugene, second was I think Lucas, so I guess third is gonna be Steven.
1,
So
2,
let's-
3, 4, 5,
let's
6,
level out
7,
Steven.
8, 9. There were 10 dual
I
commands.
love producing stuff,
I thought he was
but I'm
talking.
really lazy.
I
The
love
easiest way
this
to produce
song.
something really cool
Too
that you
loud
get your
on the
name on
music?
is to head over to patreon.com/Infendo Radio
Yeah, the music's
and give
alright.
us $10 a month.
Just
Better.
because of
We'll
the
even
type
say
of
your name once a
music it
week
is.
instead of
Yeah.
once a month.
Yeah, that's good. Just don't keep it like that loud when we're talking, or it's gonna
Oh yeah, no, we're definitely gonna have to turn it down from there.
There were
Okay,
10
cool.
rule commandments.
Well then, let's do it.
I love producing stuff, but I'm really lazy. The easiest way to produce something really cool that you get your name on is to head over to patreon.com/Infendo Radio and give us $10 a month. We'll even say your name once a week instead of once a month.
Well, hey there, we're back. It's time for a mini game, and lucky for you all, Lucas is the host tonight. So why don't you take it away, Lucas?
Yes, like I said before, you won't have to worry about this for very much longer because I will be gone. But tonight, I'm going to annoy you all with my loud, verbose audio as I read out these games. We are playing the game that I enjoy doing because I don't have to do much prep work for it, and I don't have to have anything set up on my computer to make it run. What's it called? I don't really remember. Bad game descriptions, that's what it's called. I'm talking like someone who isn't Stalin. The way this works is I have found 3 amazing games on the eShop. I am going to read you guys the bad game description, which you will find on the eShop. You will then tell me the full actual retail price of said game on the eShop, and whoever gets closest to the pin wins. We're going to do 3 rounds. Each of you will have a chance to go first. I will let you guys decide internally who wants to go first, but I will prepare the first game. I can't start with that one. That's going to be way too much for your poor brains to handle. This is still going to be way too much for your poor brains to handle. All right. Game number 1, gentlemen. Destroy the clothes. Save the waifus.
Oh boy.
8 beautiful maidens are under threat of
this game.
alien attack. Their lives and the fate of the world now rest in your hands. In this simple yet rewarding shoot 'em up, take command of multiple ship types, each balanced for a different playstyle, and blast away clothing that's been deeply infected by a deadly virus. Evade and destroy enemies as they feverishly work against you. Team up in multiplayer or bravely battle alone. Save the girl of your dreams and perhaps even unlock a convenient one-finger mode. Wow, that's just the worst thing I've ever heard. Features. Meet 8 female characters presented in high-quality hand-drawn style. That's how I like my women, high-quality hand-drawn style. Undress your targets to save them from lethal infection.
Oh, boy.
Select different ships focused on speed, power, or add-ons.
Yeah, that's what they're focused
I used to
on.
love that game, Lethal Infection. Wasn't that the one where you shot at the screen?
Strip all the anime waifus and yeah, exactly. Take down enemies and bosses unique to each stage. Play solo or team up with a friend for cooperative action. And unlock more revealing content as you progress. Gentlemen, how much is this game, which I should mention is currently on sale on the eShop?
You
retail
don't
for?
say.
I'm going to say $3.49.
$3.49.
Says Steven. Is it cheating if I say that I think I know what this game is? So I
You're
probably
more than
know the
welcome
price.
to if you think you know the price. You might want to wait till last though, because it looks like don't want to hammer poor Justin out here. Give him a
Well,
chance.
Justin, why don't you give it your
okay.
your guess if you can get it?
I think I also know this game. I'm gonna go with $29.99.
Okay,
Alright.
well, if it's the game that you think it is, then I'm way off base because I'm gonna go with $6.99.
All right, gentlemen, this game, which I'm entirely sure they chose the price because it has the number 69 in it, does retail for $6.99. Congratulations.
That was my
Eugene.
original guess, but I decided to go
Isn't
down
it?
a little bit.
It's called
I'll
like
be honest,
Waifu
I-
something.
Waifu Uncovered.
Yep.
I'll be honest, I probably have the right game, but have no idea what the price was. I just remember seeing it in the eShop. So
Well, you can get it on sale for 20% off. That's $5.59 right now if you want to play that game that I just read you. I'm not going to go through that again. Next game, gentlemen. Let's say Justin goes first this time. Steve went first last time. Embark on a great adventure and help, I'm not going to say his name, escape from dangerous enemies in challenging environments. This game is a 3D platform-style game where the main character ventures through various scenarios, sewer, house, lake, factory, etc., and faces several enemies along the way. cockroaches, mosquitoes, frogs, spiders, toxic gases, electrical wiles, etc. He carries a backpack equipped with cheese that he uses to throw and defend himself from enemies, besides being able to push objects that help him to pass obstacles and solve puzzles. The final goal will be a surprise. Gentlemen, I've just described every platformer game out there, but how much does this one retail for?
My favorite.
Your final guess will be a surprise.
All of my favorite platform games include cockroaches. That is for sure.
I mean, duh. Justin, you're up first.
I got no idea. $9.99.
All right.
I was gonna go with $10. I was actually gonna go with $10, so I'm gonna go with. He said $9.99, so I'm actually gonna go with $10. Just to be a
Okay.
dick.
Steven.
I could be a real dick and go $9.98, but I'm not going to. I'll
What
go
will you
$7.99.
$7.99. Gentlemen, two of you were correct in that this game does have a 99 in the price. Dongo Adventure retails for 99 cents.
Oh wow!
Full price. So,
Well,
yeah.
It is called Dongo. I'm just going to throw that out there.
So, yeah, I guess if you're in the mood for a platformer, go check that one out. Steve,
Or don't.
congratulations. You also have a point, which means that if Justin gets this next one, it's a three-way tie, and I don't have a way to deal with that.
you're never prepared for a tie, even though it happens all the time.
Yeah, I don't like preparing
Justin,
for
we
things.
weren't prepared for this game, so.
Let's be real. Most of us weren't even prepared for the show. So,
Okay, I'll drink to
all right.
that.
And now for the one I couldn't read first because I just didn't have it in me. Oh boy. Cohabitation with a naive succubus? Question mark, exclamation point.
I'm
Occasionally.
intrigued.
Can
Wait.
Loveliya successfully harvest Technoforce?
Wait,
Wait.
what?
Set in Akihabara, this awkwardly funny and slightly naughty new life of one naive succubus begins. The creatures of the demon world,
This
known
is
as
perfect
succubus,
music.
use a male's sexual energy, his technoforce, as their nourishment. One day, one such succubus, known as Loveliya, appears suddenly before the main character to steal the power of his lust, known as his technoforce. Okay, quick interruption from the description, guys. What is a male's sexual power known as?
His Wienerville.
Well, okay, you're not paying attention, clearly. They've said the word technoforce about 5 times, so let's move on. Considered to be one of the greatest beauties in 1,000 years, Loveliya may look bewitching, but the truth is that it is her first ever work assignment, and she is very naive when it comes to men. Loveliya tries again and again to steal away his technoforce.
Wait, I know
but her
this. Technoforce. She's stealing the Technoforce.
But her innocence gets in the way of any real progress. Unless
Wait,
Loveliya
succubus has
succeeds
innocence?
in harvesting the technoforce of the one she's chosen to possess. She's lived as a succubus for 1,000 years, and she doesn't
Are
know
you
how
reading
men
us the
work.
game description, or is this just like a visual novel that you're reading from front to back?
So I had a
Yes.
stroke a little while back, and I'm just saying random words. Unless Loveliya succeeds in harvesting the technoforce of the one she has chosen to possess, she can't return home to the demon world, nor can she possess another man.
Oh,
Loveliya
no.
finds herself stuck living together with the main character. Staff, illustration, Akashi.
Is this like I Dream of
Scenario,
Jeannie, but
Kashima
Japanese?
Natsuki. Producer,
He's
planner,
still
Yujiro
going.
Usuda. Gentlemen, how much does this game that was produced and planned by Yujiro Usuda retail for on the Nintendo eShop? Eugene, you're up first.
God, I really don't know. I'm gonna go with $5.69.
Had to get that 69 in. I get it. Eugene, who's next? As I
He
said,
did
I
have
had
a stroke.
Steve is next.
$2, because I want to buy this game with gold coins to steal the Technoforce.
Justin, how much would you be willing to pay for that sweet, sweet Techno Force?
Nothing.
$3.99.
2,200 yen.
2,200 yen. What is that, $2?
Isn't that like $22?
About $20.
Okay.
We'll go with $20.
Congratulations, Eugene. You've just won yourself a round of bad game descriptions. Trouble Days actually retails for $7.99, and it's basically just like,
Tell me it's Days with a
anime
Z.
girls. So no, it's Days with an S.
Damn.
But yeah, if reading a visual novel about having an innocent
Wait,
1,000-year-old
it's a visual
succubus.
novel?
Sure
It's
looks
not
like
even a
one.
Yes,
platform
that's
or
what he
something?
just read to us.
Sure looks like one to me.
That's a shame. If it was a platformer, I might have bought it.
Yeah, well, get reading. Congratulations, Eugene. You win the
They
game.
can't all be Shantae or Shovel Knight.
And Eugene,
that
both
means-
of your picks were the M-rated choices that were oddly sexual in nature. So you should feel super proud of yourself.
As
Not
I
oddly
am.
sexual, odd
guess that
and
mean-
sexual.
I guess that means that I win the opportunity of reading our 3 question block questions. It looks
Is
we
this
have,
really a win? I mean, honestly, do you feel like you've won?
I mean, I'm going to feel like a winner as soon as I read Slacker Monkey's question. He says, "What's your favorite genre of movie?" Rapid fire, Justin. What's yours?
I don't know. I like all sorts of movies, but I tend to like things that are action adventure-y with lots of lore. So I don't know. We'll go with action adventure.
Okay, good, because he says if Justin chooses Disney, that's a cop-out. Steve, what's your favorite
That
genre?
is not a genre by
My
any
fa-
stretch of the imagination.
My favorite genre actually has to be sci-fi. Star Wars is my all-time favorite series of movies. Love The Matrix, but my all-time favorite movie is actually Nightmare Before Christmas. So do with that what you will.
Okay.
Well, Star Wars is more of a fantasy than a sci-fi, really.
Lucas, what's your favorite genre?
I wasn't really paying attention to the question because I got distracted. So could you ask it to me again?
What is
Favorite
your
movie.
favorite
Genre of
movie or genre of movie?
That's freaking hard, man.
And
There's
Disney
so many
is
good
not a
movies.
genre,
Disney's
according
not
to
a
the
genre,
question.
and I wouldn't pick it if it was because I don't really like Disney movies that much. I like a good action movie. Comedy is very good, but very hard to pull off. But I think my favorite genres are actually prison escape movies, because like my favorite movie is The Shawshank Redemption. And I actually just saw this one. I don't remember the name.
I do
of-
love heist movies as well.
Yeah, I can take or leave heist movies, but prison escape movies are really good. And I also really like a good murder, like a classical murder mystery. I saw one, I forget what it was called, just the other day that came out like last year, and it was really good. And it was all about like this guy got killed in his mansion, and the whole family was like suspects and stuff. So,
Oh,
Sure.
I think we watched that.
oh yeah. Oh shoot, what was it called? It was like
Can't remember.
Locked Up or Locked Out or something. I can't remember. It was good. So yeah, I like those kind of movies.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna take mine then, and I that is a hard question, right? Like, there's just so many different genres of movies, just like video games, right? Like, you can't really just nail it down to one. But I guess if I did have to nail it down to one, it'd probably be somewhere along the like suspense mystery genre, somewhere along those lines. I like a good movie where you have to try and guess like who the bad guy is or like who the killer is or something like that. So that's what I would choose there. So
You guys
alright.
just listed off like all of my favorite genres of movies, so that's why this was such a tough one for me because
Yeah.
I just
Like
like
movies.
movies.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I like movies. So, all right. Well, this one is specifically for Steven. Colt asks for Steve because he didn't get a chance to answer last time. Who's on your video game Mount Rushmore?
Okay, so I was actually thinking about this when I was listening to the podcast that you guys did this on. Minecraft Steve. Okay, obviously. Pikachu. Given. Donkey Kong. And I guess for spot number 4, I would actually have to go Midna.
Oh, Midna, huh?
That's my
That's an
representation
interesting
from the
choice.
Zelda. But I don't want Imp Midna, I want Twilight Midna because I like her better.
Okay, fair. All right, well, Colt asks a question for the rest of us 4 hosts, including Steve. He says, a band of your choice remixes and remakes all soundtracks and songs in one Nintendo IP. What band and what IP? I think I want it to. I want, I guess it's not really a Nintendo IP, but I want System of a Down to remix Bayonetta 1, 2, and come out with a brand new soundtrack for Bayonetta 3.
I got this. Rob Zombie, Hyrule Warriors.
Okay.
I kind of already got my dream album this year because Nate Wants to Battle did an entire Sonic album, but Sonic isn't a Nintendo IP, so...
Well, I did Bayonetta, so that...
Does
I mean,
Hyrule
I
Warriors
kind of-
count as Nintendo IP?
Yeah, Zelda.
Okay, I'm going with Sonic.
Yeah, go with it. Whatevs.
And I want, I don't know, any of my favorite YouTubers. You know who would be good? There's this guy I listen to, Falcone, who does like hard metal remixes of music. Like he just got through remixing like all of JoJo's Part 5. And then he was doing like Nier Automata or whatever the name of that game is. I'd like to hear some Sonic remixes from him. Sonic music is always good. So,
Sure.
especially City Escape. So
Justin, do you have an answer? Band and IP?
Enya. And Mortal Kombat.
Oh God.
I don't know. I'm just feeling nihilistic right now.
That would actually be interesting.
I don't know. Like I've been thinking about this because like a lot of my favorite. I don't have like a favorite remixer or band. Like my music taste is so all over the place.
Here we go. Wait
Ooh.
for it. Britney Spears, Shantae.
no,
Oh,
I
God.
changed mine. You know that guy I've been listening to who does the weird stuff, Bill Wurst?
Uh-huh.
I want him to do like Legend of Zelda or something. I want that weirdness aspect from like I consider Bill Wurst like the new Paul Simon. He's just out there, man. Yeah, give me that.
Mortal Kombat's not a Nintendo franchise, so that doesn't work anyway. I don't know. I got nothing. Like,
Well, we have
it's such an
another.
obscure question.
We have a bonus question from one of our patrons that we could ask instead and make you feel nihilistic about that. This one's kind of easy, and I'm curious to hear what you guys have to say. So Slacker asked us a second question. He's an executive producer, so he has the right to do whatever he wants, and we can't question him.
No, ever.
So he's got, you know the game. We're gonna call it Kiss, Marry, Kill, like he did in the Discord, because he's a proper young man. But yeah, you know Kiss, Marry, Kill, right? You choose like the three people, and which one do you kind of like? Which one do you really want to marry down with?
Yeah,
Which one do you want to straight up murder? I'm saying Kiss because it's a family show. So he's got that, but with three specific franchises, right? Kiss means one more and then it's gone forever. You get one more game and then it's done forever. Marry means it gets to go on living and making more games. And Kill means you never get another one in the series. 3D Mario games, 3D Zelda games, and just Metroid in general. I'm gonna go first because I'm ready for this.
We have to pick between those. We can't pick.
That's what he's got on the list.
All
So
right.
for me, 3D Zelda is getting the married because I want
I
Zelda
agree.
and I want a lot of Zeldas coming out. Keep making them Zelda games. I think Kiss for me actually goes to Metroid. I think there's a lot of potential there that hasn't really been tapped yet, and I'm okay with seeing the 3D Mario games kind of go away. We've got a lot of good ones. I think I can die happy with what we've got for 3D Mario. You know, we've got 64, we've got Sunshine, we've got the Galaxy games, Mario Odyssey. I'm good.
You son of a bitch. You stole my answer.
That's because we're
Same-
best friends.
Well, I mean,
Same
we only
thing.
have there are only so many.
There's
Like,
like nine,
permutations of
nine
these options.
possible combinations, I think, or 6. Anyway, but yeah, I agree with Lucas. I want the Zelda franchise to continue. I would like to
6
see a
possible.
Metroid game I could actually get into. So one more Metroid game, and then I'd be able to call it good. And I'm not as into Mario as I used to be.
Mario games are good, but can you honestly say that if a new 3D Mario was coming out, you'd be like, I need it now. It'd be like, yeah, it's gonna be good. You know it's gonna be good. So,
No,
yeah.
I'm having to think a lot harder about my purchases now. And Mario's just not up there with, games I have to have day one.
Sure. Well, I'm gonna take next. Mine is similar, but slightly altered. I'm gonna kill Mario. I'm sorry. Mario Odyssey didn't do it for me, and I prefer 2D Marios anyways. So I could live without 3D Mario in my life. I'm actually going to marry Metroid, however, because I figure maybe if I marry Metroid and I show her a good
We'll
life,
actually
and,
get one.
I take her away from her abusive boyfriend. Maybe we'll actually get some Metroid games out here.
And then Eugene wants one more good Hyrule Warriors game, and then we're good.
No, Eugene wants a sequel to Ocarina of Time, the best one in the series.
Okay. I forgot to talk
Majora's
about this
Mask.
in my change the system, but there was a ROM hack that came out for Ocarina of Time that I've been playing
Oh, yeah,
on my
yeah.
Wii, on my hacked Wii, and it's really fun. But
I
yeah,
keep
I
forgetting
would.
I
Are
can
you gonna
hack
tell
my
us what
Wii.
the ROM hack is, or are you just gonna leave us in suspense?
I forgot the
The
name
missing link.
of it. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Could I suggest one to you guys as well? There's like a Banjo-Kazooie one called like the Jiggies of Time or something, where it's
Okay.
like Banjo-Kazooie, but in like the Zelda levels.
Oh, yeah, sure.
It's nuts. So go check that out. But yeah, anyway, good choice, Eugene. I approve. Justin.
Yes.
All right. So this has gone on for so long, I've forgotten. Kiss means you get one and it's done.
Yep.
Marry means it keeps going on, and kill means you don't get any more.
Yep.
All right. I will take one more 3D Mario because I do enjoy them, but I'm with Eugene. 2D Mario is more. Mario seems to be more a 2D game. We're gonna marry Zelda because as much as I love the top-down Zeldas, the 3D Zeldas are always great. And I'm killing Metroid for a few reasons. Number one, as much as I love most of the Metroid games, I find some of them hard to get into, and I think as the only game with any real like linear continuity, I feel like the story's pretty much tapped out.
I mean, Fusion really did kind of like end it, right?
Yeah, and I mean, Fusion was kind of like the sequel story we didn't really need already, so
Sure.
like there's only so many times you can go, but wait, there's more Metroids.
Sure.
And like reboot the franchise if they're gonna do it, but if they're not gonna
they're
reboot
always-
it, then I'm just
They're
okay
always
with them mixing
cloning.
it.
They're always cloning Ridley. They should clone Samus and not let us know she's a clone until the end of the game. It can be like a big twist, like Metal Gear.
You are the SAS.
And she's cloned with the DNA of the Metroid.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
Yes, because you know, if we're gonna rip off the Alien franchise, we may as well go all in.
Well, yeah, I mean, they already kind of did that with Metroid. The
Well,
big
right, that's what I'm
Metroid, so,
saying.
yeah.
Like Metroid 1 was basically Alien, Metroid 2 was basically Aliens. So
Yeah.
Right.
Directed by Ridley. Cool. I think that's all the questions.
That's all the questions. That's all the show. We made it to the end. I hope you all enjoyed
some of
it.
us almost by the skin of our teeth didn't make it.
Sure, but we did. We were here. But we're gonna get out of here for the evening. Justin, since you didn't get to plug your plugs at the beginning of the show, why don't you give us a plug and then we can get out of here?
I completely forgot I actually have something worth plugging. Your mom.
Oh God.
Had to get one in. Anyway.
Fantastic. That totally won't be edited out.
So yeah, I finally finished up one of the blogs that I've been working on. So go to utilidork.com and check that out. And if you want to follow my Disney tweets, go to @utilidork on Twitter. If you just want to follow my general Nintendo related tweets, go to @Infendo Justin.
Good deal. All right. Well, we're going to get out of here, everybody. So for Lucas, for Steve, for Justin, for me, Eugene, we will see you all next week. If you're out there doing your thing, voting, protesting, first of all, thank you. Second, be safe. Wear a mask. Don't be dumb. We want you guys to do all of those things safely so we can, get back to things proper here in this country. And that's the only way to do it. So. All right. See you guys next week. Catch y'all later on.
Or chivalry.
Ha ba 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 da, skibadabadoo flanorchi.
Why? Because we like you.
In a suit.
Was that the secret code that you put in the Slack channel to like make Slackbot do something weird?
No, that was my self-destruct code. One of you was about to become a Russian agent, and I'm not going to tell you which one.
I hope it's Justin.
One of you is going to subvert democracy this November.
Boy, that Italian family at the next table sure is quiet.
I get that reference.
Everybody say goodbye to Twitch. Adios. Thank you for our new Twitch follower. Two Twitch followers,
Adios.
by the way.
Thank you for our 2 new Twitch
Yes,
followers.
my cat
by
and
the way.
dog are fighting, so now's a
Yes,
good time
my
to
cat
end
and
it.
dog are fighting, so now's a good time to end it.